All right, hey, welcome back. This is John here at the Tavern. This is our last episode for the year. First of all, just want to thank everybody for watching the channel and supporting it. I've heard some great comments. I know that y'all have tried some of the recipes, so that's really good news to hear. So today we're going to be offering 3 different recipes. These are some of my personal favorites. We're going to do a bacon wrap date that we'll stuff with blue cheese. We are doing a raspberry truffle. And since it's Christmas, we are going to do our homemade pimento cheese from the Tavern, since it's been very well popular. People want to know about it. So we're going to share that recipe with you today as we end the year here at 2020. I know it's been a hard year for a lot of people, so my heart goes out to everybody. You're in my prayers and my thoughts. This is all about family and friends for this time of year. So to everybody out there, just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you all. I want to thank everybody that's just really been supportive of us and the staff here at BIR for doing such a great job and making videos like this happen. So thank you all and Merry Christmas. All right, so the first recipe we're going to do is the bacon wrap dates. And so we're going to start right now. So I picked these dates up at the store. These are already pitted, as you can see. But if you do find them with the pits, a little trick that I've learned over the years is you take a potato peeler and you would just go into where the top of it is, go in all the way down, and as you turn it, pull it out, and you'll see that the seed will come out. So that will pit out the dates. Really nice little chef trick right there. Okay, so here we have our blue cheese. You can use gorgonzola if that's too strong of a cheese. I've seen people use cream cheese, and you can mix in a little cheddar. That'll be a nice flavor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of make a little funnel. Find your opening and just insert that cheese all the way into there. So it'll look like that. We'll do that a few times. So as you can see, we've got the cheese stuffed into our dates. So we've taken bacon here, we've cut it into half. Now here's the important part, is you want to take the bacon and wrap it here on the cheese side, wrap it tight, and as it cooks up, that will seal in the cheese. Put that on a skewer. All right, so we have our dates here on a skewer, so we're going to take these over, and I've got a pan on about medium heat, medium to high heat. We're going to go ahead and fry these up at about 325 degrees. All right, so you can see our bacon's pretty crispy, but not all the way, because you don't want it to break up as we bite into it. So I'm just going to put that onto paper towel, let the oil drip off for a little bit. We'll let that cool. All right, so our house pimento cheese here at the Tavern, we use this a lot in some of our dishes. If you've had our Cajun quesadilla, our mac and cheese, our Philly steak sandwich, this is part of the secret ingredient. So Merry Christmas, I'm sharing this secret with you. For our pimento cheese, we've got 16 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, 8 ounces of smoked shredded Gouda, 4 ounces of roasted red peppers, half teaspoon of granulated garlic, half teaspoon of granulated onion, and an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we're going to put our cream cheese in. Peppers. Our shredded Gouda. Like I was saying earlier, you could add smoked cheddar into that. That would take it to a new level if you wanted to try something different. And then we'll put in our dry onion, garlic, and cayenne pepper. Alright, so not only is this good for Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's, but also for a good football game. Pimento cheese, pita chips, tortilla chips would be great, celery, carrots, anything like that. So we're just going to put this in here. Garnish it up with some celery. Alright, so this is our last and final dish, also my favorite one, as you can see. So we're doing raspberry truffles. The recipe is really simple to do, so you can play around with different jams and preserves to make different flavors. We're doing raspberry today because that's also my favorite. So we're going to start with a double broiler here. We just got a saucepan with an inch of water, and we're going to bring that up to a boil with the bowl on top of that so we don't scorch our chocolate. And so we turn that on now. As you can see, you got the steam coming out. So it's hot. We're going to add our half pound of chocolate that I shaved this morning. A cup of heavy cream. This is our ganache. And here I got 5 ounces of raspberry preserves, seedless. If you were going to do it with anything else with seeds, my recommendation would be to put your jam in there and use a spatula and kind of run it through. That way it keeps the seeds separate from filling. Hence the seedless raspberry jam. We're just going to start mixing all this up together, and it's going to start to melt together. So you just want to make sure it's all nice and creamy, make sure you get all the lumps out. There's still a couple, so we'll just melt that into it. Now we have our ganache. We're going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator. And we'll check back in about an hour. We'll pull that out. Alright, so now, after we've got our ganache in the fridge, we're going to go ahead and make the shell. So we're going to start with the 1/3 pound of chocolate. We're putting that in here. We'll put 2 ounces of vegetable oil in here. That's going to give the chocolate that shine. And so this works for pretzels, strawberries, anything you dip in chocolate. This is how you get there. So 1/3 pound of chocolate, 2 ounces of olive oil. So we've got our chocolate melted. We've got the oil. You can see that it's a little sheen to that. So we're pulling out our ganache. Alright, so we're going to scoop out our ganache. I like to go through, lay them out, and then we'll go back through and roll them. So you're just going to roll them in between your hands. Traditionally, they take the gloves off. I was explaining earlier how the temperature of your hands work better. So you want to kind of cup your hand when you're doing it, like doing meatballs, and then you just kind of roll them out. And you'll see that they'll kind of soften back up from the heat from the hands, and then we're just going to pop those right back in the chiller for a few minutes to solidify so we can finish them. So you can see the chocolate's all melted. We've got our balls here all rolled out. Real quick, we're going to drop it in the chocolate, take this fork, spin it around, get it all nice and coated. And then if you see here, I'm kind of dripping off the excess chocolate from the fork. Put on your parchment paper. Now that's why you want to freeze these, so that when you dip them back into the chocolate won't thicken up. So you want to use these before they start to melt. So you can add cocoa butter, it's a powder, and that'll keep the chocolate from getting too thick. Or you can add a little bit more oil. And if you really get into it, there are some nice kits that you can buy for doing this step here. Take these over to the freezer. We're going to put them in there for about an hour, let that shell harden up, and then they'll be ready. All right, so we pulled these out of the freezer. We've got the nice shell on it. You can see the sheen. We've got our plate here. We're just going to put these right down here in the middle of this raspberry sauce. And we're going to dust a little bit of powdered sugar over the top. Well, that concludes our Christmas episode, so I want to thank everybody for your support. Reach out, touch if you want to see something next year. Email us, let me know, and we'll try to fit that in. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for your support. Most of all, to you and your families, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.